Welcome to this episode of R for Data Analysis. Today we are going to go through the procedure for installing R and RStudio. Then we shall also navigate the RStudio interface to understand how it works. Both R and RStudio are free. We start with installing R, then we install RStudio. To download R, simply go to this website, cran.rproject.org. I've included this link in the description of this video. You can check it out. On this window, you will find different versions of R for different operating systems. Select your operating system. If I'm using Windows, I'll download R for Windows. Once you select your operating system, you will see this other window which has subdirectories. We have base and others. And if you're installing R for the first time, then you're going to choose this base subdirectory, and there is even the instruction here. This is what you want to install R for the first time. So I will click on this and I will be able to download my R. Download the installer and go ahead to install like you would install any other software on your computer by right-clicking and running it as administrator. Once installation is complete, when you come to search for R, you should be able to see the R you've just downloaded. So once I open R, this is R. Let me just maximize it. So this is how R looks like. Think of it like a calculator, or this is the real engine. Whatever you want to do, you can do it from here. If I want to add 2 plus 2, if I want to add 2 plus 2, I just enter, I'll get a 4. Maybe 17 divided by 3, enter, I'll get the result 5.67. So this is the engine that is actually executing all the tasks that we are giving in R. But you see the interface is not that much appealing. And if you are going to do complex analysis, it really can become very messy. So to make it easier to work with R, an integrated development environment was developed for R, and this is the RStudio. It makes it easier to work with R. So let's see how to download and install RStudio. To download RStudio, simply go to this website. I've included this link in the description of this video. Once on this website, you will scroll down and you can see the steps. For you to have RStudio, you have to first install R. If you had not installed R, this is also another channel you would use to download R and install. So if I want to first download and install R, I will click on download and install, and then you can see they will take us back to the window we've just previously looked at. So once you finish downloading and installing R, then that's when you can proceed for RStudio. Then download RStudio Desktop for Windows. I'm using a Windows system, that's why it has automatically been detected. But if you have different operating systems, just scroll down, you will be able to see the different operating system options here. So I will download for Windows and then go through the installation procedure like you would install any other software on your computer. Once installation is complete, I can come and search for RStudio, and then I'll be able to see the RStudio app. And once I click to open the RStudio app, I will be able to see an interface that looks like this. So this is RStudio. It is important to note that R and RStudio are working together. R is doing the actual execution, but RStudio is helping you to easily communicate with R. Think of R like the engine of the car that is doing the actual work of moving the vehicle, but RStudio is like the dashboard, the steering wheel that are helping you to smoothly control the car. So you write your commands in RStudio. RStudio sends them to R, then R executes them and displays back to you in RStudio. So that's how they work. So you can have R without RStudio, but you can't have RStudio without R. So they work hand in hand. In RStudio, we have got 4 main panes. We have the script editor in the top left corner. Then below it, we have the console. On the right, we have the environment, stroke history. And below it, we have a pane for plots, packages, help, and others. For this course, I've prepared a folder called R Tutorials, which has the materials we shall be using throughout our episodes. If you open this folder, we have 2 subfolders. We have the data sets that we shall be using for particular sessions, and we also have the other script files for the different sessions, numbered from 1. You can see up to, we have up to around 16 here. I've included a link in the description of this video where you can go and download this whole folder so that you can easily follow along. In this session, we are going to use one of the other script files. If you do not have the folder, don't worry, you will still be able to follow. To open that script, we are going to File, Open File, then locate where you put your R tutorial folder, and then you select RStudio Interface -1. Open, and you can see that we now have another R script. The first one was untitled, which was blank. We can close that for now and then work within this. It is not that much complicated, but you will appreciate it in the subsequent videos. So let us understand what each of the different panes of RStudio do. The first one here is the script editor. This is like a notebook where you write your codes or /commands. For example, if I want to write a command of 1 + 2, I'll write it here. At this point, it is not yet executed. I do not have the answer to that. I've just written my code in the script editor. But if I want now to execute that, I will press Ctrl and Enter. Once I press that, you see that the cursor moves to the next position because it has executed this. But when you look at the console below the script editor, there is 1 + 2 giving you a 3. If I want to execute the next one, I put there the cursor, still Ctrl, Enter, and I will see 7 divided by 2. It is printed here in the console and then executed. So I have 3.5. Here we write the code. The actual execution of what we've written takes place in the console. And the console looks more like R, the way we saw it is interface here, that you just type in what you want, 7 divided by 2, enter, it will give you 3.5. So the console looks more like the R, the real R. This is where the execution of commands takes place. Sometimes you want to assign values to objects or variables so that you now use variables instead of the actual values. For example, we may say we are creating an object called age and we assign a value of 12. So wherever R sees age, there is a value 12 assigned to it. So if I press Ctrl Enter, you'll see that yes, this has been executed here, but there is an object. Whatever is in the environment, we call it an object. It can be a variable, it can be a list, like we shall be seeing, but an object has been created here called age, assigned a value of 12. You can create others. Maybe x is equal to 2, y is equal to 7. I'm just pressing Ctrl Enter to execute it. And then since you've created x and y, you can now just divide y over x. Okay, and you'll get 3.5 because y is now 7 and x is a 2. If you want to change, I will just come back to X. I remove the 2 and I put there a 10. Then I can execute it again. You will see that X has changed to 10 and Y is still 7. So if I execute Y over X, you'll see that I get 0.7. So it changes in real time as you execute. Things change in the environment. So any variables, any objects you create will be found here. In this pane, we also have the history. If I click on history, you can see everything that we've done from the start up to where we are in their order. Let me go back to the environment. For the last one, let us just think of plotting a simple point on your graph paper. If you're given a graph paper and you have an X value of 7 and a Y value of 2, to plot it, just simply press Ctrl Enter with the plot function, and you can see we have plotted X is 7, Y is a 2. So whatever you plot will always be found in this pane below the environment. This pane also has packages. You can't talk about R without talking about packages, and we shall see in our subsequent videos what these are. But any package you install into R will be displayed here. There are those that come with pre-installed with R. There are those that you need to just install. You will be able to see all of them here. If you want to know anything about a command in R, there is a help button here. For example, if I want to know how to use this plot function, I'll just type a question mark before what I want to understand. So I'll just put a question mark, then plot, and Control Enter, and then you can see that in help we shall have help on topic. Plot was found in the following packages, so you can read more about how to use that function. If you want to know how to use the mean, I'll just Control Enter, and then you can see there is documentation about how to use mean. So there is a lot of help out there for you on R. Some bonus tips here. So far we've seen if I want to run a command, I put the cursor, wherever you put the cursor, it doesn't matter whether at the beginning or in the middle, and press Enter, Control Enter, sorry, you will be able to execute that. But you can also execute by just selecting it, and you use this button of run the current line. So if I click on run, still it will be executed. So far we've seen that R executes everything you've put in the script editor. What if we just wrote a word, for example, worry, which carries no meaning in R, and we try to Control Enter this, then it will give us a warning, object or word not found. So if we want to put some notes in R without R executing them, we use hash before the word, and then R will not execute those. It will comment them out. So you can have your comments here. Maybe you are putting here arithmetic. So you can write notes in your R script. Here I can just say maybe this is creating objects. So that even if I put there my cursor and press Enter, it is the next one that will be run. It is the next executable command that will run. These pens are also adjustable. Maybe you want to have a proper look at the console. Just put your cursor between the two pens until it turns into a double arrow header. Then you just grab and adjust even this side, you can adjust to make a particular pen bigger. If it is about the plots pen, same thing. You can even magnify the plots. For example, this one here, I can decide to zoom. Click on zoom and it will be detached. You can even maximize to fill the entire screen. If you want, if you're done, you can just close it, and then so that is it. And lastly, if you're done, you can clear each pen. You can see the plots. We can clear the plots here. Are you sure? Yes. We can also clear the environment. There is a broom here. Click on it. I'll be asked to confirm. Yes. Even history. There is history here. You can also clean. Okay. If you also want to clean the console, there is a broom here. You can see the shortcut is Ctrl L. You can click on it. I have my clean pens. If I want to save this, there is a save button here. I can just save here, or you can save like you would save any other file on your computer. Go to File. You can save as. By the way, we can also reproduce everything that we've done by just selecting all, and then we run. Once we run this, we shall reproduce all the outputs that we had in the environment. We shall see all the objects we created, history, whatever we have, even including the help and the plots. So we've looked at how to install R and RStudio, and now we are familiar with the RStudio interface. If you found this video helpful, consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel so that you don't miss out any of our subsequent episodes. So next we are going to look at the basics of R programming. In these basics, we shall look at what are the reserved words in R, variable names, data types, data structures, and many other things. So see you in the next episode.